Now this is another one that I showed you guys. It's an old Stihl from back in, I think they said it's 1985, 1988. I guess at the time this was like the biggest one that you can get. From what I understand, it's like a 59cc. I don't know how to confirm that. Maybe I do know how to confirm that. Hold on. Maybe 59 or 49cc, but it was a pretty decent one. It's a chainsaw 311Y is what it says. Maybe you guys know more about this. And I actually had it running. This thing is a freaking monster, man. When you get this thing rolling, I had it running a couple years ago when I had to cut up a part of a tree that fell down and hit my house. And I got it at an estate sale. And I was shocked by getting back, cleaning the spark plug, putting fuel and stuff in it, and fired right up. But now it's been sitting for a few years and it's been neglected. It's been in storage. And I wanted to give you guys some different content than just the basic old automotive stuff that I normally give you. I've been pulling it out, cleaning everything. I've got some True Fuel for it. It's a 50-to-1 mixture is what's recommended for this. And it's got some protection additive and stuff in it. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to run it, get it fired back up, get it as clean as I possibly can. I thought about actually pulling this apart and restoring this. But when it's running, from what I remember, it just eats. It acts like there's no wear at all. And then this thing, it just destroys wood. Cuts right through it like it's not even noticing that it's there. So I'm going to continue wiping off as much as I possibly can right now. We're going to get some fuel in this thing and see if it'll fire up. This thing is just, it just, like I said before, it just eats. It's a phenomenal. I've had people try to buy this from me. Over at the house, they're in like the tree cutting business and stuff like that. I'm like, nope, I don't want to sell it. I'm just going to keep it. I didn't give anything for it. I got this old school Milwaukee Sawzall, still works like brand new, in a metal box at an estate sale. This thing is just a monster. Still, all the original stuff that came with it, I've only used it twice, but it really, really moves. We keep going back to the whole, they just don't make stuff like they used to anymore. That right there, I've literally beat the living hell out of it the few times that I used it, cutting through two major exhaust jobs. One of them was on a diesel, and the other one was on a custom project I was doing on a Fox Body Mustang that I needed that to just chop the exhaust up in pieces and stuff like that, and then I had to reform and weld in new pieces. It was just a basic quick weekend job that I just tore that thing up, and it just took every bit of it. So let me get this fired up and let's see if it runs. Well, after cleaning the carb, cleaning everything, putting good fuel and stuff in it, pretty much just blowing everything off, putting fresh bar and chain oil in there, this thing had been running 3.5 years, fired right up on the first pull. And when I say clean the carb, I don't mean I actually pulled it off and cleaned it. I actually just cleaned all the junk from around it, the air filter and stuff like that. I didn't actually just pull it off. Really? All I did was just put fuel in this thing. It probably would have fired up without cleaning everything off, but I just don't know what this is. When you look online and you ask people questions about what is a 311Y Stihl, they're like, well, that number is just pertaining to the motor. That's not pertaining to what model you have. One guy said, look at the base of the handle, and he said, you have one of the good ones if you have a metal handle that has the rubber wrap around from one side to the other. Well, I look at most of them, they all have that. And then he said at the base of the handle, there's a number that can help identify more. Well, there's no number on the base of the handle anywhere on any of this. It's just nothing here. You know, this was just an old estate sale chainsaw I had that they said it ran, and then all I did was just clean it out, years ago. And it did run. It ran great. I just hadn't fired it up in so long. I'd like to know more about this, but I just don't. I was told this is one of the bigger bore motors. I don't know how that's true. How true that is. I don't know anything about this thing. All I know is the guy at the estate sale said his dad would only buy Stihls, and he would only get the ones that were pretty powerful or very, very reliable, which, if you buy a Stihl, you're going to get reliability anyway. It's just a matter of, what is this? I have no idea what this thing is. It's zero. Maybe y'all can help me out.